Hello, computer science principal students. We're now going to refer to the create task and look at specifically written response 2A. We're going to practice answering 2A. And just a reminder, your graders want clarity. And one way to provide clarity is to restate the question. The goal here is to prove you understand your code and the vocabulary, what they're asking in the question. So looking at 2A, all of 2 is referring to your PPR, which you'll have in front of you and printed out the day of the exam. The proctors will provide that for you. I've pasted in here one for the serial project to use as a reference. If you are actually taking the exam, I would recommend practice answering these questions about your code. Now, these questions are from the 2025 exam. You will not get the exact same questions, but we want to practice how do you answer these type of questions so you have some familiarity with techniques. So question 2A on the first version of the exam said, consider the first selection statement included in the procedure section of your PPR. So here's the procedure one. I pasted it in. This is the first thing. Consider the first selection statement. So selection is the if statement. Here it is on line 5. Identify the Boolean expression in this selection statement. Okay, let's get started. So the first selection statement is on line 5. Okay, I want to be very clear where the first selection statement is. This is why I had us make sure we included numbers in the PPR. If yours does not have numbers, you can say the first selection statement is, and then write out this whole line, okay? Now, identify the Boolean expression. The Boolean expression in this selection statement is, right, this is my sentence starter, and the Boolean expression, right, it evaluates to true or false. In this case, it is serial name at I double equals to search serial. I'm highlighting the generic sentence starter we can use. Okay, here's the Boolean expression. Now we're on to the next sentence. Identify a specific value or set of values that will cause this expression to evaluate to false. Explain why the specified values will cause the expression to evaluate to false. So, specific values that will cause this expression to evaluate to false are, and we're going to give an example, are, so serial name at I is the element in the serial name list let me think about this. When the element in the serial name list does not equal to the serial name we are searching for. Example, let me think of one of the cereals. Raisin Bran. Example, if search cereal is Raisin Bran and cereal name at I is another kind of Frosted Flakes, this Boolean will result in false. Maybe I should say this Boolean expression. Specific values that are. Okay. You can see as I'm answering it, I am making sure to answer all parts of it. And one way that helps me is separating with spaces. You don't need to have all one paragraph. You can separate it like this. It's fine to have it almost be answered in bullets. Just be very specific about what part you are answering. So it's easy for the grader to see you understand your code and you understand what's being asked. Let's go on to version 2. So maybe you didn't get that question last year. You got this one. Consider the first selection statement included in the procedure section of your personalized project reference. Same. Identify the Boolean expression in this selection statement. Same. You can see how these are related. Identify a specific value or set of values that will cause this expression to evaluate to true. Explain why the specified values will cause the expression to evaluate to true. So I'm going to paste that. Specific values that will cause this expression to evaluate to true are when the element in the serial name list does equal to the serial name we are searching for. Example, if search serial is Raisin Bran and serial name at I is Raisin Bran, this Boolean expression will result in true. Example, well, but I did if the name, serial name list. So you can see how these are related. They want to know you understand how to find a selection in your code, identifying the Boolean expression, and then giving an example. In the top one, what would evaluate to false, and in the bottom, what would evaluate to true. Again, the day of the exam, you're only getting 1, 2A, right? 2A, and you either get a point for it or you don't. I am showing you both versions that were used last year.